Women are way overrated nowadays. Someone asked Hillary Clinton a question. They asked her, "What's the hardest job in America?" And you know what she said? Being a mother. Really? I think maybe getting deployed to Afghanistan and having bullets fly over your head, you know, getting shot to death overseas as a soldier. I think that might be a harder job than being a mother. Or, getting murdered by a criminal as a police officer. Yeah, that might be a harder job than being a mother. I'm not saying mothers aren't important. I'm simply saying there are many other harder jobs than being a mother. Okay? There's this growing ideology in society where we're trying to make men into women and women into men. We're trying to, blur the lines that there's no gender roles or anything like that, which is complete stupid bullshit. And I think it really endangers women more than men. And as a matter of fact, like, especially with, you know, putting women in infantry roles and things like that. If they want to do it, that's fine. But I mean, it's just a biological fact. Men are stronger than women, and it's always going to be like that. Okay, so doing this, I think, is uh, a major fucking dis service to women. Okay, I'm just saying. In addition to that, I think women are way more coddled by Western society than men. A good example of this is try being a woman crying on the street and try being a man crying on the street. Who do you think is going to get sympathy first? People are going to see like the man and be like, "What the fuck is wrong with him?" They see a woman, they're going to be like, "Oh my god, what's wrong? What happened?" This is the perfect example of how we treat us men in society. You get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? Another example of this is like what in abusive relationships, it's the man that's always deemed as the aggressor. When in fact, I know a lot of my friends, a lot of my homies that they were beat up by their fucking woman. And you know what? When they brought it up to other people, they were laughed at. They were laughed at. My cousin was a good example of this. He was laughed at, like, haha, it's so funny when you get beat up by your woman. A great example of that. See, do you see what I'm saying? Society doesn't give a shit about men. They don't. No, he's not in Western society. And shouldn't if we're talking about equal rights here, shouldn't we care about it on both sides? But Western society, especially in the USA, they only care about violence against women. They'd never care about violence against men. I'm just saying. Another example of this is people love to make a joke about men getting raped in prison. Ha 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 ha! It's so funny. Oh yeah, yeah. You're gonna need lotion, all that shit. Imagine flipping that and saying, "Ha ha ha, bitch! You're gonna get fucking raped." Ha! You see it? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like you're a fucking monster. Why would you joke about that? Say it shouldn't be funny for men either, but for some reason in Western society, it's funny when men get raped. And as a matter of fact, men get raped more than women if you include prison. But no one will ever talk about that in mainstream fucking media. Another example of this is how many fucking women's shelters are out there and how many men shelters are there. There's probably like thousands of fucking women's shelters out there. Even though women can be just as violent as men. There's only like I think there's only 2 men's shelters in the entire USA. Society doesn't give a shit about men. How fucked up is that? How fucked up is that? I thought violence in any case is bad. But no, society only cares about it if it's women. See what I'm saying? And in addition to that, we have a mainstream media that praises single mothers and tells men that it's honorable and we should step up to taking care of children that aren't ours. Even we should put all our resources into it. We should be like, yeah, it's the right thing for a single man to do to step up and take care of children from us that he has no obligation to take care of. He has no biological, belonging, for lack of a better term, to those children. Oh, it's honorable. It's honorable if he does that. If he steps up and takes care of them. really, I not only not bringing up the fact that if he gets serious with a girl that and with kids that aren't his, he's going to be legally liable for them somewhere down the line. A lot of states, some of them recognize common law marriage. Luckily in Alaska, they don't. Thank God. But I mean that's another point I'm bringing up. Another point also though, in addition to this, try being a man that, let's say there's a male teacher that sexually gets involved with one of his female students. Immediate prison, fucking life. If it's a woman that sexually assaults, rapes one of her male students, oh God, she was a victim. She should only spend like, maybe 5-10 years in prison. That's a good other point. Women don't get the same fucking prison sentences that men do for the exact same crime. Isn't that fucked up? If we're all about equality here, I'm just saying. I mean, Bill Burr brought this up, and he got a lot of shit for it on Conan O'Brien. But I know I'm ranting, but I mean, it's a point to bring up. Women are overrated, and women are very coddled by society nowadays. And believe me, everything I've said, try to refute it. I'm sure I'll be called like a sexist. Who hurt you, Braulio? Who hurt you? That's one thing that if I say this to a woman, who hurt you? Fuck out of here. Not only this though, I'll wrap up. Men build society. We build the roads. We build the buildings. These are professions that are male dominated. Men fight and die in wars. Military is male dominated. Men get raped way more than women, if you include prison, but people don't like to do that. As a matter of fact, they love to make fun of it. Ha ha ha, he got raped in prison. Ha ha. That happens in mainstream society. It's so funny, right? Men commit suicide way more than women do. But you'll never hear that on mainstream media, ever. Men lose custody of their children due to biased family courts that see the mother as the better parental figure, even if the mother is a terrible parent, like, she's a drunk or something. You get what I'm saying? There are biased family courts like that out in states, in other states. Maybe there might be some in Alaska, I don't know. Men are more prone to violence, prone to being victims of violence than women, but that will never be brought up too. So that's my point. Women are so overrated nowadays than men. When in fact, I think each gender has a role to play, men and women. And to blur those lines, I think it's a major disservice to both sexes. Okay? So don't try to label me as a fucking woman hater with this video, okay? It's stupid as fuck, okay? I love women. I'm just saying, society only gives a shit if it's, excuse me, if it's a woman that's a victim of some kind of crime. They never give a shit if it's a man. One last point, actually. There's way more men that are homeless than women. And men have nowhere to go compared to women. Like I said earlier, you know how many fucking women's shelters there are and how many men's shelters there are? Yeah, it's like probably 1,000 to 1. Women 1,000, men 1. So that's my point. Women are overrated, bro. Nowadays in Western society. So peace. Just speaking the fucking truth, bro. Just speaking the fucking truth.